A puzzled friend over there.
The guy in the lobby, is he okay?
Oh, that's Bo Murphy. He's always been a bit of an odd one. Yeah, he sits there all day trying to do his puzzles. He mostly keeps to himself, and I bring him some food from time to time. Sometimes I swear he'd starve to death if I didn't bring him something to eat.
How do I get around?
How do I get to the factory from here?
Oh, that.
The FBI doesn't know where the factory is? Oh dear, our moose is cooked.
Rest assured, ma'am, the FBI just likes to confirm intelligence with civilian knowledge of... We like to double-check things.
Oh, of course. Well, it's easy. I have a tourist map of our little town of Scoggins right here.
Yay, map.
You know, our Scoggins Erasers is the plant that supplies the White House with all of its erasers. The president could be fixing a mistake with a Scoggins eraser right now.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm here. That and the fact that every time the Bureau made an inquiry into the situation, all we ever got back were bizarre puzzles.
Oh yeah, well, that'll happen.
Thanks. Well, goodbye.
You communicate
Enjoy
through
your stay.
puzzles.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you have any gum for sale? Or know where I can buy some?
Dear, we've been out of gum for quite some time.
What?
Haven't seen a stick in months anywhere in town. We tend to get shipments of things like that in the spring.
So, no gum?
Nope.
Gum helps me concentrate.
Pick up the ABC gum. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Gum found. Nelson said this thinks best when he's chewing gum. Any kind of gum. Find discarded gum and use it to get a hint during sticky puzzle. Hey, sticky.
Winner undeclared in local contest.
Oh, Annabelle Grill's ladies arm wrestling tournament is over and the judge missed it. Read the 4 statements to help him determine the winner. I pinned Pearl like a new hat. I outmitched. Okay, what? Is like one of them's lying? Oh no, that's just what it is. Right, Pat won fair and square. Right. Okay. Ah, I see. So, she's saying that she was outmatched by the Grizzly Grip. So that means she's not Pat. She... Right. So she's not Pat, assuming this person's telling the truth. Is saying... I assume they're all telling the truth, that's the point, because it doesn't mention lying. So she was outmatched by the Grizzly Grip. So she was beaten by someone who, in turn, was beaten by this person, and it's Flo who has the Grizzly Grip. So she says that she pinned Pearl. So she's not Pearl. She's not Flo. She obviously isn't Pat. Trying to work this out. Trying to think about this. Alright. Okay, let's think about this. Outmatched by the Grizzly Grip. So she was beaten. These two both won 1. Because she beat Flo, who had the Grizzly Grip, who beat this one. She pinned Pearl. I'm assuming that she's not Pat, which would imply this is Pat. Because otherwise she'd say I won. So, you lost once. You're not Pat. The problem is, what if you're Flo? Well, we also have to use the obvious logic from the fact it's a puzzle, by the fact that, which means that these 4 statements are sufficient. So it must imply that she's Pearl? Which from that tells me that she didn't win because she says someone else won. She didn't win because she was beaten by the Grizzly Grip. I pin Pearl like a new hat. Those Grizzly Grip couldn't beat me. So she beat, yeah, she beat the person who beat her. I'm assuming it's this person. And I'll probably get it horribly wrong. I could use a hint. But it'll probably just go through the stuff I've already said. Right, you're not Pat. Oh, is she saying that Pat won fair and square or Pat beat her? Oh dear. Oh dear. She was beaten by Flo, who was beaten by this one. You beat Pearl. So you're not Pearl. So you're either Pat or Flo. Because those are the only two other names we have. You're not Pat, so we can completely ignore you. And you're not Flo, so you must be Pat then? Yeah. I think that's how we go through it. Rejected stamp. Okay, good. Yeah. Let's see what the explanation is. I assume it's basically mine. How? Okay. 4-person tournament means there are 3 matches. In the first 2 matches, 2 competitors were eliminated. In the final match, the 2 winners faced off, and the winner of that was the champion. Flo, the wielder of the Grizzly Grip, won 1 match and lost another. That's the only possible if she won her first match, proceeded to the final match, and lost. The woman who beat the Grizzly Grip is the winner. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I think I was going a much different. Well, I was going a different way there.
That was a tricky one.
Yeah, a bit fiddly.
Someone left a screwdriver in the alley beside the hotel. Looks clean. Probably of no consequence.
Oh, okay. I think that's the only thing that's lookable here. So it's going to be the same thing?
Someone left a... Looks clean.
Yeah, probably no consequence, okay. Oh, these are the old ones, are they? Ah, I see. 378 million in taxpayer. You're welcome, America.
The residents of Skagen seem nice enough. Aside from one wild goose chase, everyone's been cooperative. Plus, it looks like I'm primed for all the hot dish I can eat. It remains to be seen if that's a good thing. I got a map from the hotel owner, so I'm heading over to the eraser factory. Agent Tethers out. Am I supposed to be saying that?
Oh. Why are you asking me, Mr. Puzzle Agent? Select the factory. Okay. Ooh, a lot of things around. Yeah, so we're back at the opening menu screen. No trespassing. Ooh, that looks like an interesting lock.
Hi, Sheriff Bog. Yeah, I'm Nelson Tethers of the FBI's Department of Puzzle...
Agent Tethers, good to meet you. We got a real mess here. Yes, we do.
We do?
Oh, yes. It's gonna be a while before we can get this factory running again.
But my job is to get this factory back to making erasers.
Agent Tethers, you're in a right pickle.
Well, I should probably ask you some questions about the incident then.
That's what I'd do if I was a big, important FBI boy.
Oh dear, he's not happy either, this is he. Incident.
What was this incident?
Well, we don't need to be dramatic.
What happened?
There was an explosion.
What?
Oh, yeah. A big explosion.
Rumpus?
The foreman just never came home.
Really? Ooh. Time of accident. Well, what time did it happen?
When did the accident take place?
Well, I've been trying to figure that out myself. Here's what I know.
The Rest Easy Guard Service was employed to keep watch over the factory from midnight to midnight yesterday. From their statements, can you determine the time of the big noise? Boom, 1 hour before the last shift started. Okay, right. I get the shorter shift, 3 hours. Only Bernie put in the full 8 hours, and he worked from 6 till he was relieved. So, now it was, he said, hang on, let's look at that again. From midnight to midnight yesterday. Okay, so it's also... oh dear, that's not good at all. But here's the issue, isn't it, PM? Right. So he did 8, only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. Pop did 3 hours. He worked from 6 till he was relieved. So, the latest he could have been relieved, because only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. So if Bernie was on last, then he would have... that means... So he must have been on... So he must have been... Well... So, right, the latest that the... Right. Blah, blah, blah. The latest the last shift could have started is 8 hours from 12. So that takes us to 4 PM. So we know it's somewhere between 3 and 12. We know you weren't the last one. And we know that 3 hours is the shortest shift as well. So no, he wasn't the last one, so that must have been 6 AM rather than 6 PM. I should start making notes, otherwise I'm going to go quite bonkers. So 6 AM till whenever. So we know that one person had a shift from 12 until 6. So 1, I'm writing this down, was 12 until 6, most likely. 2 was 6 until 3, 4. Now, if it was 12 till 6, and we know he didn't go 8, that means we've got 11 hours left to spare from the 12, so that means that was 1. So he went till 1, which is a total of 7 hours, 6 hours. And then I've got to work out whether it was the shorter shift or the longer shift that was last. So, because if it's 1 till 4, that would mean 3. If it was the 3-hour shift, that would be 8. So it's either 8 or 4. I could put them both in. Because there's no way that you've only got one shift, that one guy does the shift after Iggy. So, because he's in the morning. Unless he's... No, because he was relieved. Unless... well, if you go 1, 2, 3, then that means Pop only does 3 hours more. So he's not got the shorter shift. Distinctly shorter, which is normally what these puzzles mean. Boom, 1 hour before the last shift started. Only Bernie put in the full 8 hours. Right, so we know Iggy was relieved at 1. Al was on for 6 hours. He was on for 7, I think. 1 hour before the last shift started. I'm wondering if that means he was the one who was around for it, which means it was 8. By the fact he's saying boom and the 1 hour. So I'm going to say 8. Because he would have started at 9. So 1 hour before that, so it's 8. That's what we're going for. Just, it seems like he's the one making a big fuss of it. Yeah! I'm kind of intrigued to see if the explanation's the same. Bernie worked 8 hours out of the 24-hour shift, and Pop worked 3. Al worked 6, and Iggy worked 7. That's what we had. Iggy had to start at 6 because he was relieved by another guard. Al came first and worked the 6-hour shift. Then Iggy started at 6, ended at 1. Bernie worked the shift since he heard the noise. His shift went to 9 PM, so the explosion happened at 8. Yeah! That's what we got.
If there was an explosion at that time, wouldn't the icicles on the building have been knocked off?
Good point. Maybe they grew back.
What do we know of the foreman?
What happened to the foreman? My notes don't have a lot of details.
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. One day after work, Mr. Dabner just never came home. The accident was pretty bad.
Oh, is there a body?
Nope, he's just gone. Isaac Dabner's his name, if you don't have that in your notes.
We don't even know if he died in that explosion?
Won't be able to find that out till we find a way into the factory.
Okay, how goes your investigation?
What did your investigation turn up?
Not much. I can't figure out how to get past this lock.
Well, that's because it's missing a piece. I can see that just by looking at it.
So it is. I guess that's why you make the big bucks, right?
That's right, sir.
Thank you.
Well, I don't seem to be getting a lot of answers.
Listen, why don't you meet me down at the Moose Ear Diner later? I have some files related to the case that you may be able to help me with.
Yay, more puzzles.
Okay, but I really think...
Agent Tethers, it's a pleasure working with you. You're doing a great job. Meet you at the Moose Ear in a bit.
Puzzles. I want to find this piece. I hope it's around here somewhere. Okay.
Interesting. Out at their eraser factory. The doors to the factory are very locked. Some sort of custom-built contraption has got this place locked up tighter than Fort Knox. The device seems damaged, though. It seems to be missing a piece.
It's like Fort Knox. I hope we don't end up irradiating it. Let's head to the Moose here then. Moose! Let's speak. Safety.
Excuse me, I see you're working on your sign. Is it safe for me to go into the diner? Excuse me.
Gotta fix the sign.
I can help, apparently.
Something wrong with your sign? I said, is there something wrong with...
You a cop? Ain't got time for cops.
I'm not a cop.
Look, I gotta get this sign fixed before it gets dark. I don't want to be out here after dark, if you know what I mean.
I don't, actually. What do you mean by that?
It's just a fuse, but I can't remember which one it is. Not with all the whispers in my head.
What? Whispers?
Get the fuse for me. I'm getting cold out here.
Roman's forgotten which fuse he needs to use, even though he coded them so he wouldn't forget. Selects the fuse that completes the sequence. Oh, it's this one. It's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a classic. You're wrong. I assume you're going to say the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing, are you? Ow. Yeah. Each figure in the sequence is made up of a number and its mirror reflection. Yeah.
That should do it.
Hey, what do you know? This ought to keep the little buggers away.
Little... what?
Well, I gotta finish getting this sign mounted. See you later. Well, we'll see.